Hey everybody, this is Mike Anuzzi at musicaccelerator.com, and we're on a line today with a really, really good friend of mine. We've played music together for several years in the past. He is just blowing up the whole Los Angeles scene with his brand new singles, and he's working with a ton of producers down there. One of my favorite singer-songwriters since the day I met him, and you guys are in for a really big treat. I can't wait to share his music with you. His name is Jason Gaffner. He's on the line right now. What's up, Jason? How you doing, buddy?
Yo, what's up, Mike?
Oh, it's so nice talking to you, man. It's always good hearing your voice.
I know it's been a while, dude.
I am so excited for you because I've been following your Facebook. I've been following your Instagram. All of this stuff about your music just released right now. What's the name of your brand new single, Jason? Tell everybody about it.
So my new single that just came out is called Feel Something. It was mixed by myself and my friend Adam, who does stuff with like Cruella and Chainsmokers and a bunch of people down here in LA. And co-produced with my friend who's from France, whose name is Theo. His artist name is Matinal, which you guys listening might know if you follow like New Disco House. He's got a pretty big following. But yeah, man, it's doing pretty well. People seem to like it.
Yeah. I think I saw just recently that it was added to a bunch of different playlists on Spotify. A bunch of different people that follow music and create playlists on the interwebs are all adding it. I saw a bunch of new articles. Dude, it just got released, and you're getting a bunch of steam. It is such a great song. For anybody that hasn't heard it, they need to hop online. I'll definitely have links for you to hear it. But it's going to be your new jam. Just forewarn everyone listening right now.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. Like this whole like kind of weird concept where it's almost like an album of singles, so to speak. So the artwork is really cool, and we're gonna do like t-shirts and prints and everything. Like I have my friend Anton, who's like this amazing graphic artist, doing all the artwork, and people have already been asking me about stickers and stuff, but I haven't made them yet. But yeah, it's going really well. I mean, we've been featured on some really cool playlists. I mean, we just were on Noon Pacific, which, as some people may know, is a pretty big playlist, and they always have like really trendy, cool music. So it's kind of cool to like see your name alongside people who are way, way bigger than you. And
cool.
Someone feels like I'm on that level, so that's pretty cool.
Dude, you're definitely there, man. You've been working your tail off since the day I met you. We met in San Luis Obispo at Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, studying music, and just a little background on our relationship. I remember hearing Jason play the guitar back in the day, and everyone in the whole school that heard him play knew that he was the best guitarist in town. And that was crazy because you were just so young. Music was so big to you, and yeah, we ended up playing in a couple bands together, and you sang several songs to me, just around the music building, not to me directly. Well, my claim to fame is Jason Gaffner sang me songs in the music building at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, bro. But no, it's just been such a pleasure, like watching your career grow from, I saw it years back where you had it set in your mind that music was what you were doing with your life. Jason, what made you decide to do music and push forward to today?
I mean, I think, you probably can relate to this because, music is such a passion of yours also. I think, once you get really hooked on music on that kind of deeper level, and you just want to make stuff for the world to hear. You have ideas in your head, and you feel like if you don't produce them, then you're going to die or something almost. It's that severe where it's like you have all this, creative juice to share with the world, and you just want to put it out there and make people happy. And there's definitely like a bond, with music that I think goes so deep with a lot of people. And for me, when I started playing music as a kid, growing up, I got hooked on it, man. Even just when you first start jamming with your friends, I think that's really what kind of made me fall in love with music. And I think to kids, like if you're a kid or, you know, if you have kids or whatever, if you're listening to this, I would say just jam, you know, jam a bunch when you're growing up and just have so much fun, because I think that's the thing sometimes, like when you're trying to do it as a career, that you forget about is like it's supposed to be fun, and it's something that, like, you know, don't worry about the money. You know, it's like just worry about doing what you want to do and doing stuff that you're happy with, that you're excited about. Because when I first moved down to LA, and I told Mike, I told you this, I know we talked about this.
Yeah.
Like I just I had friends that are big producers and writers and stuff, and you know, basically I did like major label sessions, like as a writer, you know, just trying to like cut my chops with people. And I think, you know, you do all this stuff and you're like so hyped. You're like, oh, I'm doing this song for like Rihanna, or I'm writing a song for Usher and all this stuff. So you think like, oh, this is going to be so awesome and great and it's cool. But at the same time, you know, you're writing all this stuff, and if it doesn't get picked up, you know, it basically disappears forever. You basically just do all this, you put your heart and soul into something to where one A&R person could just be like, nah, don't like the bridge, you know, or whatever their issue is, you know? And so I think what really helped me is like kind of just saying like, forget about the major label stuff and just do, like, I was just like, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And so I just was like recording music, doing some demos of my own. And, like the first track I did, I just decided like, I just want to do my own thing, right? I was like, forget writing people. I was like, I want to do my own stuff. And so this guy, Jordan, that I knew from a while ago, his artist name is Tyler Touche. He's like, you know, pretty dope, big Australian DJ producer.
Right.
And I hit him up like a while ago, because I used to be in this band like years ago called Atlas up in San Francisco. And he knew that band. And we just kind of talked, but the funny thing is we talked on SoundCloud, and I was like, yeah, dude, here's my Facebook, like, send me a message. And so I thought, like, damn, this motherfucker, like, never sent me a message on Facebook. I was kind of buttered, and I was like, dang. And so then, like, I'm not even kidding, like, 2 years later, I finally realized that there's a section in Facebook that has, like, other and messages.
No. Oh, no.
Or like, you know, he friend requested me, and so he had sent me a message like that day 2 years ago, and I never responded to him. And I was like, oh my god! And so I messaged like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I just didn't know this feature existed on Facebook. Like, please forgive me, you know. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, it's cool, man. Like, whatever. And he's like, hey, do you want to like do a song? And I was like, yeah, cool. And so he sent me this really cool instrumental, and I kind of had this idea for a melody. And I just wrote it, you know, in like a week, and tracked it at my friend's house and sent him the stems. And he was like, dude, this is amazing. I love it. And that song became the song that's out now that I did with him, called Act of God.
Yep.
Which a lot of really, it did really well. And then Robotaki, who's like huge now, he's like giant. He did a remix of it, and that blew up. Like, I think it has like 1,000,002 plays on Spotify or something.
That's
so it was like crazy. And yeah, that was like the first track I did, like, you just as me. And then from there, what's cool about this like community now is like people will reach out to you, you know, like they hear the song, oh my gosh, this is cool, like, do you want to work on something? So then I did that track with Sam Padrul called Why Do I Do? And then I just kept doing tracks. And my whole thing was like, I just want to do a bunch of features, like for a while, just to get my name out there, to just like focus on singing and writing, you know. And I have, you know, my own songs, my own ideas, but I just wanted to get music out there that I liked. So I just started doing all these features, and then, you know, a lot of the features I did got a lot of plays and did really well. And then I was like, well, I want to do my own stuff now, because the frustrating thing, and Mike, I'm sure you can relate to this, is like when you're collaborating with people sometimes, and sometimes people aren't on your like level, not like talent wise, but just like getting stuff done wise.
Yeah.
It's a little frustrating. You want to get stuff done, and you're like, all my stuff's done, and you're waiting for them. And so that, like, having a couple of situations like that made me want to just like, all right, I want to do my own EP of my own stuff, my own songs, and like the only person to blame, you know, for not finishing stuff is going to be myself, you know?
Man.
And so, yeah, then I started doing my own stuff, and it took a while, you know, just doing mixing and production, all that stuff. But yeah, we had the very first track came out, Losing My Mind, which did really well. It's pretty cool. and then Feel Something, which just came out. Yeah, it's like you said, it's doing pretty well, man. I'm pretty happy, and I have another song coming out soon, which will be cool, and I have a bunch of collabs that I'm working on and everything. So
That's crazy, man. That is so cool. It just seems like, just all in all, your music has developed so much. I know that you see this. I know that I mean, I've witnessed this. You're working on so many different projects. That how did you even decide that, okay, these are the songs that I'm going to release on my own now under my name?
Yeah.
You know that?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I write songs for other people and stuff too, but like, I think,
because they're really special. Like, honestly, they're really special. I love all the music that you've written, and the last couple tracks that I've heard coming from you with your name just all over it is just like, man, you're saving these gems. You're saving the gems for yourself, and they're really good, and they're songs that everyone needs to hear. They're gonna love it. Like I said earlier, this new track of yours, it's gonna be on everybody's playlist. It's one of those songs.
Yeah, I mean, I think like with that song, the funny thing is I actually wrote that song like, I mean, it was like a different version, but I wrote kind of that song, but for these I think they're Swedish producers. They're called Lululand, and like they have time backing like Sony or whatever. But I think they were like they haven't really worked with like other people before, so like they didn't really know how to basically like collaborate in a sense. Where like they didn't know that like by me sending over like the acapella mix to their instrumental, like that wasn't the final mix, it was like they took everything so literally. I think like I had to explain a lot to them every step away, like, no, like we're gonna mix like way better than this, and like this is just like basically a scratch track. I want to know if you like it. Like, they just were kind of new to everything, as producers, and they also didn't have a lot of experience like just dealing with vocals in general. So I think like that was one thing where I was like, well, I don't know if it's the best, because I really like the song. I think Feel Something is a really cool song. So I was like, I don't know if they're going to really like treat it the right way in a sense.
Got it.
I mean, they make and they have really cool stuff that's out now.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like maybe like I didn't want to have to invest a ton of my time to like end up mixing the vocals for them and end up doing a lot of stuff where, I feel like I would have overextended myself. So I kind of was like, we sent over the demo and we did stuff and they liked the song, but then like, I just really wasn't happy with like the mixes and stuff. So I kind of was like, it's cool that we were working on stuff, but I basically decided just to like not use it with them because I just like, I thought the song had like some good potential. And so I kind of just kept it for myself and kept it on the shelf for a while. And then I've done it with a couple songs where like, if I just am not happy with like the outcome, if I'm working with a producer,
yeah,
then I'm just like, hey, like the, I would expect them to, and it's happened on the other side where a producer sent me an instrumental and I write something to it, and they're just not as into the song as I am, like the actual top line and everything. And I feel like if both parties aren't vibing it, then like, there's no point in trying to just push it out,
Wow, that's really interesting, man. I totally see what you're saying too. There's so many songs that I know that you've written, that I've written, that you can't force it. You have to like,
exactly.
You have to hear how it will sound before it's even completed. And like, I think that's something that's really cool about talking to you now. It seems like it actually seems like you pay so much close attention to detail, and with all the tracks that I've heard you on, like you could hear as a listener just the amount of detail that was considered in each instrument, each vocal part, all of the above. But at the same time, Jason, it sounds like you really want to push just having fun and creating music that you really enjoy, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely accurate. I think like my whole thing with this is like, I just wanted to put out music. I was like, whatever, like regardless of like any circumstance, I was like, I just want to put out an EP, like just these songs. I just want it to be cool, and I just want to get it out because I think sometimes, you've been in this situation too, where it's like you focus so much on trying to make the perfect song or like doing all this stuff, but sometimes you just need to put the song out. Like you need to just finish it, get to a point where you're feeling good about it, and just release it. Put it out, or just kind of commit to it. And I think that's what I really wanted to do with this stuff is like, I just wanted to get it out, and even if it's not like 100% perfect in my mind, I don't know if it'll ever, if any song and any producer, mixer, writer's mind is ever going to be perfect.
Yeah, well, I think that just kind of summing up our conversation here, man, it is awesome to see the progression of your career. You have like freight trained through everything. It's amazing music that you're producing. To date, there's like over 25,000 plays of your brand new song, which is only like a couple days out. And there's going to be a lot more listens to this one, man, on every stream. And like you said earlier, that artwork too is just amazing. You guys, I am so glad, Jason. Thank you so much that you took time today to share your experience with us. And everybody, get out there, look up Jason Gaffner. His new single is Feel Something. Jason, thanks so much for hanging out today, brother.
Yeah, man. Good talking.
Yep. We'll catch up with y'all next time. This is Mike Anuzzi from musicaccelerator.com. See you soon.